Vino Entertainment TV. Vino Entertainment TV is based on firearm violence, domestic violence, and molestation. Vino Entertainment feeds the homeless. The Vino Entertainment team is in the community giving love, peace, and inspiration. Thank you for believing in Vino Entertainment team. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell. Peace, love. Vino. Vino Entertainment TV. Vino. Hurt, 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 hurt.
Welcome to Vino Entertainment TV, which is based on firearm violence, domestic violence, being molested, and also we feed the unfortunate. Vino Entertainment TV, we hang out in the community, we have fun, we laugh, we talk, we have plenty of love to give. We be out in the community. I have a little team that be out with me in the streets there, and they also be spreading love and doing things like that in the community. And we just basically just hang out in the community, just and have fun and enjoy everybody. So, just basically here to see what's really going on. And there's been a lot going on in these YouTube streets, as well as a lot been going on out in the world. We fighting battles. Little of us know that we're fighting battles. A lot of us not paying attention. We need to be alert. A lot of us not alert. And we got to stay alert. If we don't know what's going on, how will our kids know what's going on, right? Right. They're just how us what's going on, because they got to know as well what's going on too, right? Right. So I'm always fumbling with stuff and finding out stuff and digging and stuff. You know me, I'm always digging. So I found a lot of things out that I'm going to share with everybody. But I just want to say that domestic violence, is what we're going to talk about real quick. And just let you know that the domestic violence usually happens around the age of 15 to 44, and domestic violence abusers are a current or an ex-boyfriend, perhaps even a husband. And maybe somebody who's trying to get to know you may be abusive to you. Sometimes you don't recognize being abused until later on down the line. It can be a small portion that will show you of abuse, but we're going to look at it, we're going to pay no attention to it, we're overlooking and everything like that. And also, don't just think that domestic violence happen in one race. Domestic violence happen in all cultures and all educational backgrounds. All cultures and all educational backgrounds. So don't just think it's a color thing, because it is not a color thing. It is not at all. And like I just said a few minutes ago, there are signs that we don't see, but they're there, but we ignore those signs. Like, they might strike you, or they might apologize over time and time again for for being abusive to you, you know. And sometimes when people strike you and first time they show you that they're abusive, believe me, trust that feeling. They are abusive. It only takes one time to show you when a person is abusive, but you got to pay attention to the signs. If you slip up and miss that sign, that'd be because you missed that sign. You're looking totally somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to apologize to you. They apologize to you over and over again, and you take them back over and over again. The second time, a little worse. The third time, a little worse. The fourth time, done got real bad. The fifth time, it done got out of hand. And you be like, dang, how can I stop this? Why didn't I stop this before it got to stop me from doing it? Because he kept on saying to you, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. You know what I'm saying? Take me back. It won't happen again. Let's talk about it. You know, I promised you this. I promised you that. Sometimes they try to give you gifts. They try to give you gifts to overlook the abuse that they're doing to you or what they have done to you. They really do. And then, you know, they're also, when they're trying to give you gifts, they're also be telling you, oh, I'll change. You know, I won't do this anymore, you know, along with the gifts that they're giving you. And when you accept that gift from them, that's letting them know you forgive them. So you can't take a gift from your abuser when they're trying to get your apology. You can't take the gift. If you take that gift, that's giving them the in their mind that you are forgiving them for the abuse that they're doing to you because you took that gift. So you can't take that gift. Just say, I don't want that gift, you know. It's going to be a repeated cycle over and over and over again. And who want to keep going through a repeated cycle over again of abuse? I don't. So that's when you get tired of being abused, that's when you start doing what? Creating yourself a safety plan. Creating yourself a safety plan. If you're in a domestic relationship, even if you're in a domestic relationship, you know, and you plan on leaving, or you got a family, you know, you got kids in this domestic violence relationship or a marriage, you know, create yourself a safety plan. But remember, do not get the same friends that you and he have to create a safety plan with, because if you do that, there's no good of your safety plan. You know, there's no good of your safety plan at all. You know, they have hotline crisis interventions that you can be referred to in different resources in different cities and states. You know, they have the 1-800 domestic hotline, which is open 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can always go there, or you can always call, you know, and not only the things that I can tell you about, but also there's resources online on the website, you know. And when you start reading on that website, you notice that there's more and more resources that may pertain to what you may need at that present time or later on when you get ready to create your plan, when you get ready to put it in motion. Because when you pick up that phone or however you go by means of finding your resources of domestic violence plans or domestic violence support or referrals, what you do is you like I said, you can't get the same people. You cannot get the same people to be out of the same place. Hey, Big O, when you do that, when you make your mind up that I'm going to do this, and you pick your phone up, you start looking for resources on your phone, and you start writing them down, or you just start looking at them, the first step is looking at your resources. The first step to moving around on domestic violence when you're trying to create a plan is look at your resources that are out there for you. Look at your resources. Take your phone. They do have a little tab at the very top of your phone where you can save that page, where you can get back to that page in case you have to close on, in case of he's coming back. You know, he's looking at your phone. You can always save it. You know, always know, save that spot for your safety plan. But always keep in mind, you have to create a safety plan, and it cannot be with the same the friends that you and he have, a circle or a shelter for abused women or abused men. They have shelters as well. You know, don't overlook your resources because they are there to take on hand. That's why they are there. Do you know how much they frown on domestic violence? Do you know the domestic violence it increased real bad over the C-19 time period? It got really, really bad. I mean, it got bad, real bad. It got bad. It got bad because more and more people were at home. More kids were at home. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of tension in the house, a lot of extra noise going on in the house. You know, things that are begin to wreck your nerves a little bit that you ain't just want to just be listened to right then. You know, domestic violence come out anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It can be a pinch. You see what I'm saying? It can be a shake. You know, just when you feel you're being threatened, domestic violence, and you can't do anything about it, you know, like I said, there's numbers, there's resources, there's support systems. And when you, and they got in English, Spanish, Korean, Japanese, they have all your languages that you may need, you know, to call for someone for support. They are there to help. That's why they're out there to help someone who's in need for support for domestic violence. It's out there. If you think you need counseling, there is nothing wrong with counseling. You know, some people frown on counseling, but there is nothing wrong with counseling at all. If you need it, get it, because no one deserves to be abused, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally. You know, like I said, there's all kind of abuse, you know, and people, we look over those abuse. We like, you know, and if you be in love, oh man, if you in love, you're gonna look over all those signs. Your mind is gonna be so doggone me clouded. Okay, Sarah, your mind is gonna be so clouded with so many different emotions, negative, positive. You know, gonna get a little anxiety come up in there. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna be going. Your mind gonna be going bam, 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 bam. You see what I'm saying? It happens like that. It do, but it's up to you to slow yourself down, to get your mind together where you can make those changes in your life. And if you have kids, also make those changes within your kids' life. And, you know, and domestic violence is not only for women. Also, we have men who get abused mentally, physically, emotionally. We do. But the difference is, like I said before, men are more likely not to report it or say anything about it or go to counseling on it because they be too ashamed. You know, don't no man want to admit to no one abusing them. What man do you know want to admit to a man abusing, to a woman abusing them? I'd be ashamed. But then you have men who mothers raised them in a home not to put their hands on a woman. You have women that means you have those men. You have those father figures in the household with their mom, and they never seen their mom get abused by their dad. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand physical abuse like that. You know, men have feelings, even though they might not show you, it might not express it, but yeah, they got them. They gonna say, I hope I'm not being a distraction of bother listening and eating dinner. You eating too loud. so little big you know, but you know, if you got your family members involved, you see what I'm saying? You know, but you have to be careful now when you get a family member involved when you're dealing with domestic violence in any kind of way. Because I've seen personally someone who has been domestic violence And when a family member come along to rescue them or to help them out, they turn on their family members. Well, why did you call? Because I like it. I really didn't want to get him to get in trouble, and I know he just didn't mean it. You're making up an excuse for him or her. You're making an excuse, you know. But like I said, men's do not like that. Men's don't like putting their hands on women. I've seen women basically just go off on a man and just start hitting on them. And when a man says no, or they're leaving, I've seen women when a man says, I'm leaving. I've seen a woman jump in front of the door. Oh, don't leave. Let that man go. Let that man go. Because sometimes things will get physical like that. Things can get really, really physical like that. I've seen women do that. And that right there, my sisters, I don't understand that. I've never seen a man do it. No. Not at all. But I have seen a woman do it more than once. When a man said, I'm going to get my stuff and leave, or saying, I'm going to leave, a woman jump in front of that front door, won't let him leave, start pulling on stuff. Sometimes she might be so bold and think she's just that big. She might just start hitting on him. And he trying to defend himself with all kind of defensive motions with his hands or arms, or trying, present himself, or he's not been scratched in the face and hit in the face, things like that. But women do that. Why do women do that? Man, for the life of me, I don't know why women do that. And if he say he gonna go, let him go. If he say he gonna go, let him go. That means he might need to get his mind clear. You might need to get your mind clear. Because things can get a little too far, or they're going too far. When you start putting your hands on people, you're going too far. You're going too far. And it don't went too far. Somebody had to say, I'm grown. Let me walk away. Walk away. Just walk away. If it take you 2 days, cool. 3 days, cool. Now, I'm not saying that when you out there, go out there and find you something else. I'm saying go and get your mind back in order. Come back with a clear mind, because things wasn't going right at that time between you and that person. Like I'm saying, a clear mind sometimes beats a whole lot of stress and arguing and fussing, putting your hands on people. That is all I'm saying. A clear mind. A clear mind. A clear mind. And we all have anger. We all get mad. We all get mad. We all get mad. We all get mad about something. And we all want to put our hands on somebody that done made you mad, or done teased you off, or, you didn't like what was said. We all have done that. I have. I'm not far from the list. You see what I'm saying? Me as well. I have. But one thing I have never did was let a person leave when they said that they wanted to leave. Let that person go. There is no need to hold nobody, in when they want to get out and get them some kind of relief, or some kind of air, or some kind of breather. You see what I'm saying? There is someone, like I said, always there to help. It's open 24 hours, 7 days a week. And that is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The National Domestic Violence Hotline. They're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. They have support there. They have resources for you. They may have shelters that they have for domestic violence, women or men. Don't be ashamed to put those things in order. Don't be. Do not be. You know, domestic violence in homes was a hush-hush thing until the woman movement was made, and that was in 1970s. That brought out the issue of domestic violence. Now, this group encouraged a lot of women to come out and make your voice loud, where your voice can be heard. Where your voice can be heard. We have rights as women. You have rights as a man to make your voice to be heard. You know, let your voice be heard, because you don't know what man that you can encourage to come out of that shell and report their abuse, and let them know, don't be so ashamed about what's going on. You see what I'm saying? You just never know. I'm talking to you men's right now. You just never know, men's, if you are being abused, you know, or if you are a domestic violence survivor, and you want to help somebody who's being abused, a man who would, like I said, who's ashamed to let someone know that they're being abused. You know, you have men out there that are survivors, and you have men that have resources for men who's out there to help men who are being abused. Don't let that being the word being abused be a shameful thing. Well, I don't want to go, reporting because I don't want anybody to know nothing about it, or I feel bad and I want to beat up on me, or I just want to just keep it quiet. I don't want nobody to know. What? Let your voice be heard. Get your help. Get your counseling, because you deserve that. You are all that. You know, there are, I hate to say it, but there are more women's resources for domestic violence. There are more women resources for domestic violence than it is for men's. I looked it up. I did my resources. I did my check. I did my knowledge. There are more resources for women than there are for men. You know, and men deserve the same amount of resources as a woman does as well. You know, I hate to say it, but is it true? Is it true? Yeah, it's true. You know, it's called being equal on everything. Being equal on everything. You know, and you know, when you get a man trying to tell you, don't buy this, don't buy that, or if you get a woman trying to tell you, you don't need this, you don't need that, they're trying to control you. They're trying to take you in a controlled mode. This is what they're doing. They're trying to tell you what you need, what you don't need. You can't tell me what I need. You can't control my spending, my earnings, you know, where I can go and where I can't go, what I can wear and what I can't not wear. When they start controlling you like that, and you go abiding with what they say, oh, baby, you done messed up. You have messed up. You done messed up because you didn't stop it, and you're going along with it because you think he gonna stop. Maybe if I just do it for a little while, and and things will probably work itself out. No, it's going too far. It's going too far, baby. Can't no man tell me how to spend my money. Can't no man tell me what to wear and what not to wear. And he is not going to call me out my name. Yeah, calling you out your name, that is an insult to a person. You know, it's also an insult to, it may be putting a person down when you call them out their name. You know, and then you got those who, the worst ones, the worst abusers are the ones who are always accusing you of cheating. Now, those right there, those are the worst ones. The worst ones who always accuse you of cheating. Yeah. You think I'm kidding? No. Mm-mm. 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 No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. I am not kidding at all. Those are the worst ones who always accuse you of cheating. You know, that means that they're possessive. They're possessive. You know, that means you can't even go to the bathroom, or you can't go down to check the mailbox, or if you're in an apartment complex, or you can't go in front of the house to check the mail. You watching the neighbor watching you, always accusing you cheating. Come on. This is crazy. You know, and then want to threaten you with a weapon. Why threaten somebody with a weapon if you can just always just pick your keys up and you can what? You can go. Don't never beg your abuser to stay, man or woman. If they say, I'm going to leave, and you keep saying no, pulling, tugging, that's when it's going to get, they're going to get angry. They're going to get mad. Then they might want to start striking you then. If they want to leave, the abuser want to leave, you let that abuser go and go out that door, baby. Let them go and go. You know, don't stop an abuser from leaving out the door. Let them go ahead and leave. Because, you know, sometimes when you stop your abuser from going out the door and they keep telling you let them go about their business and you don't let them go, sometimes they will threaten you with and weapon. Sometimes they would threaten you with a weapon. Salute, put them on blast. They would threaten you with a weapon. Salute, Monell. Yeah, because you're not letting them go. You know, they will get abusive. If not, like I said, put a weapon out on you. You got to stay, baby. You got to stay mindful. You know, because they start blaming you for their abuse, for the violent abuse. But you made me do it. You know, now it's your fault. Oh, now it's my fault because you want to beat up on me? Yeah. You know, you wouldn't sit down, or you wouldn't stop talking, or you wouldn't do what I say do. Now it's your fault. Now, you know, it's your fault because you got the black eyes, or the big lip. You see what I'm saying? Or hair pulled out, or your clothes ripped up, or you know, thrown around, you know, bruises on your body. You know what I'm saying? Now it's your fault. Now he's changed it around. Now you're gonna feel guilty. Now he's not gonna feel guilty. Now you're gonna feel guilty because he's changing around and making and putting it all out on you. It's your fault now. It's all your fault. Yeah. When you know clearly, and I know clearly, if it happens like that, you know it's not your fault. You know, but they got to have somebody to blame. And then when they start feeling really, really bad, don't forget what I said earlier. That's when they start showering you with gifts, saying I'm sorry. You know, you still looking ugly. He done beat your lip up, your head up, your eye up. But still, at the same time, even though you looking like this, he's sorry. He didn't mean to do it. You know, it got out of hand. It won't happen no more. Really? You know? And then later on down the line, you be hearing it again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. You know? That's crazy. You get a woman like that who be jumped on a man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. You know? You know, let me just say this. If you are a man, you know, don't let a woman abuse you. Don't let her put you down or put you in a position where you feel so bad where you don't even want to call and get no help. If a woman make you feel like that, and plus she's abusing you, that's not where you need to be. You need to try to get some kind of counseling. You need to get somewhere where you can get some kind of safe haven. You know? Don't nobody want to be beat up on. I know I don't. And I don't know nobody Who wants to get beat up on, baby? Look at him. I was always told, keep your paws to yourself. You know, don't be putting your hands on nobody. I was always told that. My mom always put that in my mind. My dad, you know, I never seen my dad jump on my mom. I never did see my mom and dad doing a bunch of arguing and carrying on. You know, I didn't see that. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I am saying that I didn't see it. You know, it wasn't done in my presence. You know, my dad didn't even like to argue at all. My dad didn't like to argue, but my mom was a Pisces. You know what I'm saying? And baby, she ain't like none. She ain't like none of that crazy stuff at all. My mom didn't like none of that crazy stuff. But hey, that's just those Pisces.
I can't believe everything we have left. You might even need to achieve from your past. Silly of me to dream of the day having your kiss. Love is so bright, it looks bright when it's gone. I can't believe I fell for your schemes outside of the net. Only night to believe that in me you're a changed man. Foolish of me to compete when you cheat with who's my man. It took me some time, but now I'm gone. Because I realize I got myself. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took about this. Now I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took about this. Now I'm gonna be my own best friend. Controlling you say that you love me, but you don't. Your family told me one day I would see it on my own. Next thing I know, I'm dealing with the three kids in my own. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's gone. Now that it's over, stop calling me, come pick up your clothes. Ain't no need to front like you're still with me. All your homies know. Even your very best friends got to hold me on the low. Took me some time, but now I am strong. Because I realize I gotta myself. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a lot that from now I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself and that's all I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a lot that from now I'm gonna be my own best friend. All the ladies that can feel me help me sing it out. Yeah, you heard me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you see the sun come out again. I put out a little disappointment myself. All the ladies that can feel me help me sing it out. You heard me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you see the sun come out again. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took about it from now on. I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took about it from now on. I'm gonna be my own best friend.
Hey. So, you know, what do y'all think about the AI going on around here? What do y'all think about that? I just want to know, what do y'all think about the AI? What do y'all think about that? I just want to know what is your intake on that? You know, a lot of things are changing. We could go through a lot of emotions, y'all. You know, that we ain't been really, some of us been paying attention, but some of us just been distracted. Ain't been paying no attention. Don't know what's going on. You know, a lot is going on. You know, the music that we be listening to. You know, some of the music that we be listening to is made by AI. Did you know that? Did you know some of the music that we listen to is made by AI? You know, I was listening one day to a news report, and they were talking about the AI, you know, and I'm like, that's who made that song. You know what I'm saying? Who would thought who did that with that kind of music? You see what I'm saying? And you'd be surprised. Let's listen to this here.
For a Grammy. But get this, neither artist was part of making that track. The entire song made by AI. So what could this mean for the future of the industry? And is there actually a chance it could win an award? Stay with us.
Talking to a diva, and she on my nerves. She think that I need her, take her to the curb. All I know is you could've had the world. Had the world. Yeah, you were my wife. With my ex, like Selena, the flex, bumping just a beer, but a flavor ain't left. She know what she need, but that's give it with my best. Got my heart on the stage with a knife in my back.
Okay, that is The Sleeve featuring what sounds like the voices of Drake and The Weeknd, but the two mega music stars actually had nothing to do with it. The song, produced by the anonymous artist known as Ghostwriter, it was created using artificial life earlier this year, submitted for a Grammy. To be completely clear here, this was created by someone who did all of this on a computer, and now he's trying to get a Grammy for it, or they are. The song and artist igniting debate on what's AI's role in the music industry and what it could look like moving forward. I want to bring in now Amanda Hoover, staff writer for Wired. So Amanda, I guess my first question is, could this potentially win a Grammy, or is this all a publicity stunt?
It potentially could. The New York Times reported this week that it creatively can pass the test. You know, it was written by a human. There's some questions about distribution and its commercial availability that I think it would still have to pass, because this was kicked off of streaming platforms. There were concerns from music managers and music labels, you know, about things like this. So it's kind of in between those two places, and it'll be a test.
The clip we heard there, I was being told by my producer that a lot of the song was being pulled off the internet, put back on the internet because of, I guess, copyright, and Drake and The Weeknd obviously probably weren't very happy with this. Is it accessible? Was it popular?
It was incredibly popular. Like, it was nearly at charting records when it came out. Just the way it's been distributed is now on social media. You know, it was taken off of streaming platforms because Universal Music Group, you know, pushed back against that really resonated, which I think says something about this.
Are the Grammys really considering this? Could this potentially be a nominee?
They told the New York Times that it, you know, potentially could. So
what would that mean, though? That would change the industry forever.
It would be huge. You know, it would really change how I think we think about the music we listen to, how we think about artificial intelligence in the music that we listen to, and what it means for things to have, you know, components of AI and still be written by humans to a sense. Like, this track is by AI. Like, ask ChatGPT to come up with lyrics and then have a generator put it out. Did a human do that? They came up with the idea. They didn't really do some of the writing. It's becoming a very big gray area with a lot of lines becoming gray.
I know artists and musicians hate this idea, and it could and probably will eliminate a lot of jobs. But I'm also a huge music fan, and I know the history of music. Every song was influenced by a song prior to that. Hip hop takes beats, takes music that was made years ago, remixes it and puts that out as a new beat, or they just use the same beat and rap over it. So it's not the first time that music sort of has been copied and then evolved in a way that people like it. Why is this different, though?
This is different because it's just advancing so rapidly. It's happening faster than the courts can keep up with it, faster than artists are really prepared for it. You say artists, you know, hate this. Not all of them do. Some are working with AI, you know, cloning their voices to sing in new styles or new languages. There's an artist incubator between Universal Music Group and YouTube that's kind of has artists that are really interested in this space.
Right, but if you're Drake or The Weeknd, and now this machine is, I've listened to songs that are Weeknd songs sung by Michael Jackson AI. Right. That's becoming very popular too. I was The Weeknd. I wouldn't like that. You know, taking my voice or what sounds nearly like my voice and then making money off it.
Yeah, I think most.
So what do y'all think about that? Isn't that terrible? Man, say, hey, even the AI that put everybody out of music business. Big O said, demons living through machines. This is what the book of Revelation speaks on. It showed, do you hear me? It speaks on that so bad. Yes, it do. It really do. Big O say frequencies has an impact on our mental. It sure do. It sure do. It really do. So our music gonna be made by AI, y'all. Hey, Rose. Our music is gonna be made by AI. Wow. Do you just imagine how many people? Well, they said some singers or rappers or whatever are working with them, but can you just imagine? Can you just imagine a robot making your music for you? You jamming off your a robot music, but you won't know the difference. But you're gonna be jamming off something like that, man. Say, I don't know what we coming into, y'all, but we better pay attention. I mean, pay close attention, because the AI is coming to take everything and coming to take jobs. So if a lot of people gonna be without jobs, and so you better start saving your coins. You know, when I say coins, I mean coins, your nickels, your dimes, your pennies. You see what I'm saying? You better save everything. When you see a penny on the street, you better pick it up out the street and put it in your pocket and say, "Thank you, Jesus, I got a penny for the day." I'm telling you, you better hear me now. It's a lot of things going on. And the AIs are coming in, going to be doing a lot of damage. Like I said, you know, it's going to do a lot of damage as far as jobs, for ones who got jobs. You know, for our doctors, our nurses in the emergency rooms. You know, it's going to be wild. It's going to be something crazy. I'm telling you, we got to be prepared. Very much prepared. So, you know, they was doing that hot chip challenge. Yeah, I haven't did, but I've seen people, you know, be needing milk, and I see people drinking water, and you know, people just going crazy. TT said humans just ain't gonna be needed no more. I guess. Nope, they not gonna need nobody. TT, no, nobody. Big O said the new movie creator shows just what you are talking about. Oh yeah? Oh wow. Okay then. Well God dog me perp on the some, she on the something. They come on over and get this knowledge. I'm telling you, y'all, I'm telling you, your little 401k plan and all that stuff, I'm telling y'all better start getting your money. Sometimes it's best to start, you know, being prepared, getting your stuff together as far as your finances. You see what I'm saying? And don't be putting all your money in the bank. Don't keep putting all your money in that bank. I keep telling you, don't put all your dimes, quarters, and nickels and dollars in that bank. You better get you an at-home bank. Get you a safe, or whatever you need to do to make your money secure in your household. Because when time comes to go get your money from them banks, the bank's gonna tell you what? You ain't got no money there. Because banks take your money to pay on their loans, to keep them going. See, when people put their money in the bank, your money is keeping those banks going. It's your money that's keeping those banks going. It's not their money that's keeping it going. It's your doggone money that's keeping the banks going with the finances to tell you if you can get some of your money or not. It's your money to keeping the banks going. TT said, I gotta check it out, Big O. I'm telling you, it's your money. Now, you know, they was talking about the hot chip. The hot chip challenge. You know, I seen people do it, you know what I'm saying? And I seen people just go crazy, and I seen people who can handle it. You got some can't, some can't. Some can, some can't. I wouldn't be able to do it. Big O said, money won't matter. We need to learn how to get back to nature. I know it. But see, Big O, the nature is not no good as far as the land, the dirt, as far as some of the trees with things that grow on our fruits and vegetables growing in trees, because you know something is falling out the sky. You see what I'm saying? There is something falling out that sky. You know, it's like when I read up on stuff and I do a lot of research, you know, it's like the soil's no good, the water's no good, you know, the agriculture is messed up. You see what I'm saying? Nothing's any good. You see what I'm saying? When you go to the store and you spend $7.99 for some doggone grapes. Now I like them red grapes. Now don't get me wrong, there I love those cotton candy grapes. Oh my God. Ooh, them cotton candy grapes be hidden. But when them grapes cost $7 and $8, I go in there and 1 or 2 of them, I'm gonna test them. I'm gonna test that grape. I'm gonna test 1 or 2 of them out. You know, I'm wiping my shirt and I go in there, you know, and it's sweet. And I get home and the rest of them not sweet. I'm mad than a mother sucker because I done spent $7, $8 on some doggone grapes that ain't no doggone good. And I can't take them back. I could, but I ain't got time to go up there standing in line, making an argument about some grapes that ain't no good. You see what I'm saying? Everything is really just screwed up. Because it says we will return to the wilderness. But when we return to wilderness, it's going to be contaminated. The teacher said, it's going to be contaminated. Yes, the wilderness is contaminated. It's no good. It's no good for us to go. I mean, because we can't eat nothing. It's all messed up. Because I'm from the conscious community, Hebrew and Israelite. So excuse me if try to teach. I'm not a troll. Oh, we know you're not no troll up in here. But I'm just saying, that's how it is. Teacher said those cotton candy grapes are produce in a lab to per. But you know, teacher, I ain't seen none. I have, and when I normally buy them, I buy them at Aldi's because you can't catch them at Fiesta or Kroger's. I can only catch them at Aldi's, and I haven't seen it for the last maybe 3 months. I hadn't seen any, so I hadn't got the chance to get none. Teacher said, "You good, Big O. Each one teach one." All right, sugar. This a Big O, baby. We be getting knowledge over here. You hear me? We be getting taught on everything. I mean everything. Big O said knows they have certain natural parts that are not contaminated. They do? I haven't paid no attention, Big O. But thank you for enlightening me on. I'm gonna check that out. I haven't noticed that. I have not noticed it at all. Teacher said, yes, Big O. Preserved parts we ain't gonna be allowed in. Amen, TT. We ain't gonna be allowed in. And people like me didn't even know about it. You hear me? I didn't know about it. You know, ain't telling how many more people don't even know about it. But I sure thank you for enlightening us, okay, baby. We like to give knowledge over here. We let it all out over here. Dang, I did not know that. Man, I tell you, it's crazy. But what do y'all think about your rent? Do you think your rent is high enough already before they can go ahead and put some more things, add more things to the doggone rent when the rent is just already crazy? I don't know what you can just barely make ends meet to pay your rent. Teacher said, when can I go buy some good dirt and how much it costs? I don't know. But TT, my cousin told me that I need to get 3 buckets and go down there where my grandma used to stay at on the land and dig some of the dirt up and bring it back with me. Because he said there was some growing land. It grew your food out there. It grew your food. Let me just say that, you know, times is hard, you know. Nobody can really just pick on nobody about where they live and how they living and how they eat and how they making it. Because we eventually gonna be all at that same point one time or another. We done been there, you know. And also, you know, we can't go back. We can't go there. You know, what goes around comes around. You see what I'm saying? And things are gonna get so bad. We are gonna have to come together and stop bickering and arguing and come together and make room and where we can all be able to stay in one place and, you know, in one house. Because believe it or not, it's gonna get to that. It's gonna get to where we are going to be housed up with all kind of relatives if we don't have the kind of money that we need to pay this rent. As it goes up, the rate goes up. And as these owners be wanting more money to pay their bills, because you do know you are paying their bills when you're renting their place out, right? Right. I just want you to know that. I just want you to know that. Because most people don't believe, but getting back to the nature is more relevant than learning more about technology. It sure is. They better learn something, Big O. They better learn. Money has no value. It don't have no value. None. It has no value. You right, Big O. Money ain't got no value on it. It don't have no value on it. No, especially when time comes, that money ain't nothing. It has no value on it. No cost. Nothing on it. Because of peace and wisdom, family. Good night. Well, good night then, Big O, brother Big O. I'm glad you came through here, brother. Glad you came through. Come on back again. You are always welcome, man. It's always good to see a brother come through. Always. TT says, they used to have piles of dirt everywhere, just running places all over the city. You could just take for it free. It's no good dirt. It's no good dirt anywhere. It's sure like TT. It's not. You're absolutely correct. Big O, good night and blessing to you. So the rent is going to go up, and the Social Security will get a raise. January, Social Security, SSI, with retirement, everybody, you will get a raise, 3.5%. 3.5% is what you'll be getting a raise upon in January. And this month in September, let me tell you something. So I want you to understand what I'm saying. And don't say Perp didn't tell you, because I told your ass. I told you right here where you heard it from. You will get 2 checks in September. Again, you will get 2 checks in September. You will not get a check in October. Okay? I need to say it again. I'm going to say it one more time for ones in the background. You will get 2 checks. If you are on Social Security, retirement, SSI, whatever it may be, you will get 2 checks in September. No check will be given out in October. The reason why is the first of the month is on a Sunday. They will be sending everyone's check out around the end of September. All right? Now, don't be looking crazy and think you got 2 checks in September. Oh, I got 2 checks. Oh, I done came up. No, boo-boo. Don't get happy spending all your money, because you will not get a check in October. Now, I'm telling you, you better listen to me. Listen good. You better tell your friends who like to spend money, don't like to pay their bills, and think they'll get 2 checks in October. No. That other check is for September. So y'all make sure you understand what I'm saying. No check in October. Your checks will come in September. 2 checks in September. Okay? All right. Now, if you get money once a month, you see what I'm saying? That takes a lot of your money as far as your bills. If you're a responsible person as far as paying your bills and buying your food with your money and things like that. If you're not a responsible person, baby, you're going to get put out anytime, because, baby, rent going to get jacked up. And this is why.
But take
taken a page from the airline playbook, and that means nickel and diming tenants in a big way. What are we talking about here? We're talking about fees for things that in the past were gratis, and now, like blankets and pillows on the airline, they're being charged for. For example, use of the mailbox, maintenance requests, trash pickup. These things might now come with a $5 or $10 fee. It's extraordinary when you think about it. There are some landlords that charge for moving in and charge you again for moving out. There are some that charge a fee for what's known as lease administration. I have no idea what that is or why it merits a fee. There is one landlord in Minnesota who's charging a fee for a January fee, which means just a fee for January, because why not charge a fee for January? Again, I know that many landlords and property owners took a bath during the pandemic, and many are trying to recover from that. But still, this is just beating people up, especially in hot housing markets like Southern California. Now, the Wall Street Journal, which looked into this, quoted one Midwest apartment company owner as saying, well, the thing is, people are paying it, so we're charging it. Well, yeah, they're paying it because they need a roof over their head. Doesn't make it right.
Yeah, that's really surprising to hear. A January tax, things that you think would come with the apartment. That's
mailbox fee.
Mailbox.
I mean,
fee.
really,
what else would you do?
Exactly.
If you go, I'm not going to pay this fee. I'm going to,
There's one landlord that has you leave the trash outside the door of the building so that somebody else can schlep it over to the dumpster, which is 50 feet away. They charge $30 a month for that. What?
Well, what if I just want to walk it myself?
Thank you. No, you're going to pay the fee. It's just greed, pure and simple, like so many fees. And the answer to this, like so many fees, is everything should be all-inclusive. I mean, if you want to charge for stuff, then you raise the rent. That's how it's supposed to work. Right. The idea of nickel and diming people after the fact, it's just a money grab, and it's wrong.
But you also, even if you do include it, some places, I believe LA only allows you a certain percentage. You can raise rent every month.
Mm-hmm.
So is that like not included with that? These extra small little fees?
No, these fees would be separate from that. It's something else.
I challenged in Arizona. I was something like a $200 lease application adjustment fee or something. It was like an administrative fee.
Sure.
And I'm like, this isn't being applied. I already paid for the application, and I challenged it, and I didn't win. They were like, we're not going to lift that. I don't care what you say.
Yeah,
Cranky lady.
We're not having any winners right now in this Disney spec.
So, isn't that crazy, y'all? They getting over on us on the rent. My goodness, boy, that made me sick. TT said, and those automatic bill payments gonna be grabbing at your accounts at the end of September too. So this TT, it sure is. Yes. So TT, what do you think about the rate, about the rent? About them doing the rent like that? And what's a move out fee? What the heck? I don't know what a move out fee is. So you trying to tell me, it's gonna get where if I want to move out my apartment, I'm going to pay a fee to move out my apartment? And I had already paid a first month rent and the last month rent. What you say? Oh, they're gonna be making killing. They gonna be making killing. It would normally happen way up in the city, California and New York, but that way it normally falls down toward to different states. But just imagine, God doggy boy, they're gonna be getting over on folks, but like it ain't nothing. Boy, I tell you, I don't understand. Do you understand me? Because I don't understand how people, just imagine if you're on a fixed income and your rent keep going up, and how you already had a hard time paying the first month rent and the last month rent. You're supposed to deposit, but then you trying to tell me they got to pay the more money to move out? That just pure doggone me greedy. Teacher said rent is already gone sky high. It's ridiculous. Yes, it is sad. I mean, they're gonna be just basically just forcing the person to stay in their apartment or stay in their house. That's forced. If you break the lease, it's gonna go in your background, and then it go in your background on your rental history. When people check your rental history, it's gonna damage you of getting that place of living. That's crazy. I don't understand, boy. Say, look here, you got to be more careful. Look here, I mean, people trying to get their money one way or the other, and that just greed. That's a greedy landlord. If I tell you it's a greedy landlord, that is a greedy landlord. And you got those to do that. And then he said you got one landlord charges a January fee. Why? Because he can. Why? because they're going to pay it. They're going to pay it. A January fee? What the heck is a January fee? You know, I'm moving in for the first of the year. You know, that's crazy. Or if I've been staying there, I got to pay you extra money in January because you want a January fee? Man, say, all I just place is just paying somebody else's bill who is really greedy. When you get a greedy landlord like that, you better not miss no payment. He gonna put you out so doggone fast, gonna make your head spin. He ain't gonna care about putting you out because why? He want his money. He want his money. TT said homelessness will be increasing. Yes, TT, the homelessness will be increasing. That's right. That's right. Because people ain't gonna be able to afford it. Even the ones who get a check every month is not gonna be able to afford it. That's why I'm just saying people going to get together and going to come along and stop doing that arguing, fussing, and fighting, and going to coming together and live in one house because somebody ain't gonna be able to make it. And you know you ain't gonna want to see your relatives outside on the ground scraping and scrubbing, being homeless and stuff, and you living good, and you could just let them come and stay with you. You know what I'm saying? But people who get money once a month, baby, I feel sorry. You gonna go get you another job, but you ain't gonna go get another job. You know why? The robots gonna have the jobs. They're gonna be doing your job. They're gonna be meeting and greeting you at the door. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be meeting and greeting you at the doggone door. You know, and that's why I'm saying I need to be trying to find me a house. I've been looking because let me tell you something. Every time you sign a new lease in your apartment complex, where you know your lease go up every time you sign a new lease. That's crazy. Why I want to sign? Why my lease? Why my rent need to go up? Because I want to stay here another year. You see what I'm saying? You still getting your money, but you want extra money for me to stay here and sign another lease? So you just figure you doing me if I'm doing you a favor. So go ahead and pay, a little bit more extra money for staying there. You know, what can I do? Go ahead and pay it. But when your lease come around next time, just have your money so you can get ready to move and have all your money. You can't go half step and try and find out where to stay. You got to have all your money right then, because if not, somebody will come through that baby and gonna swoop you up. Teacher said, I got my massager going on my back. I know that's right, TT. I know that's right. I know how I feel too, huh? Also, some schools and some teachers still believe in prayer. I still believe in prayer at school. When they kind of took prayer out of school a little bit, things got a little bit bad. You know what I'm saying? When parents not wouldn't train their kids to do the right things at school, things got out of hand. You see what I'm saying? But to my belief, they should have left in school. When I was going to school, we did it. It didn't harm nothing. And even when we would be playing basketball, or when the football players be playing, getting ready to go on the field, they coach would say a little prayer, whatever, to give them a little comfort over everybody. See what I'm saying? Give them that shield, or let the angels watch over them. You know what I'm saying? Give them comfort and give the team members, the comfort of that prayer. And I don't see anything wrong with it. And I think that's where a lot of things went wrong. Teacher said prayer should have never been removed. That's the problem of today. That is, TT. Let's talk about it.
They're taking a page from the airline playbook, and that means nickel and diming tenants in a big.
I'm sorry. One second. Let's see. I heard that right.
News out of the Supreme Court this Monday as well. NBC's Pete Williams is here with the latest. Pete. Another very pro-religion in one of the most closely watched cases of the term, Jose. This is the case of the coach, the assistant football coach out in Bremerton, Washington, who had a habit of praying on the 50-yard line immediately after games. The school district told him that he should not do that. He should find a more private place to do that because people would think that that was somehow the school endorsing his religious views or a particular religion. But today, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 in favor of the coach in a decision written by Justice Neil Gorsuch. It said the free speech and free exercise of religion clauses of the First Amendment protect his expression. And it says a proper understanding of the Constitution doesn't require the government to single out private religious speech for special disfavor. So the reason the Supreme Court says is that he could do this is because he was not in the classroom. He was outside the classroom after his normal duties as football coach. Now, there was a question here. The lower courts had said, well, he's still the coach. He's still dressed like a coach. He's still got the whistle around his neck. He's still supervising those students. And they may have felt compelled to join in his prayers. But the Supreme Court disagreed with the lower courts. It reversed those rulings. It's a ruling in favor of him. Now, I think many people were thinking this decision or this case might open the door possibly to more prayer in schools. The Supreme Court seems to be drawing a line here and saying because he was not acting in the course of his normal duties, the game was over. He was not in a classroom. He was on the field. He could engage in private religious expression. So what the court says is this was Coach Kennedy's own religious expression, not the school's, and therefore he is entitled to do so under the First Amendment's religion and free speech clauses. It doesn't seem like this is a...
So I don't think anything wrong with prayer, in the school. Then, they try to take this right away from saying prayer on a football field. It's after school event. I don't think anything wrong with that. Hello, Miss Parker, how you doing? I didn't see anything wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? We need prayer back in school. You see what I'm saying? They did it for so long. I don't know why people just didn't really just hammer down on the vote for the prayer to stay in school. But, they're saying that that prayer has certain things in there that was against, the African Americans. I didn't see it, but, I just saw it just as a regular prayer. But, we do need prayer back in school. And I do believe it's okay to have prayer on a football team or at the basketball game or, the soccer games or whatever, because, like I said, that can be, a blessing to a lot of people on the fields at that present time. It can give you a shield over you. You're putting your angels in this spot, to keep you in comfort, A lot of people, believe in a prayer, And I know even a student that complained about that. It wasn't no student that did not complain and was harassing that man. I know it had to be a teacher who was hating, it had to be a hating teacher who did not like what that teacher was doing after hours with his football team that was hating on him. It had to be. It wasn't, I don't believe it was a parent. It had to be a teacher. It may have been one of his assistants. You just never know who is really be hating on a lot of things that be going on in the background. You just never who be in the background playing a part of, not to be seen, but want to pull a few strings and make things hectic for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. People are always against somebody who's always trying to, that's done built their house up. You know what I'm saying? And people always trying to come by and pluck somebody's house down. But see, ain't nobody gonna come and let no fool pluck their house down what they done built. You see what I'm saying? Because when you done built your house, you know what I'm saying? And their house, and you done built your hard-earned money, or you done put things in there to make it your house and make it comfortable there. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna let nobody come in there, goddamn me, and disturb your doggone peace, because your house is your peace. You see what I'm saying? And your house is where you run your shit. You see what I'm saying? That's where you pay your bills. That's where you pay for peace and quiet. That's where you pay to talk your shit in this. You see what I'm saying? Can't nobody come and tell you what to do in your own house. And I mean that. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. And it don't make no sense for people to be so mean and hating and hateful to be out there on the football field and won't let no kids get a prayer before they go out there and fight that fight. Because, We see how kids be getting hit. We see how the NFL players be getting hit with the football field. You see what I'm saying? I hope they're okay. Oh God, I pray they're okay. Really? You pray they're okay? But you trying to take prayer out of school, a prayer out of the football field, a prayer out of the basketball team, a prayer out of the soccer field? It's crazy. That's just pure evil. That's just thinking of yourself. If you don't want to have no kind of prayer, that's cool. But prayer time comes, just step away, go on your own way. Go to the bathroom, get you some water, a Frito pie, or Dorito pie, or a pickle. You see what I'm saying? Until the time is over, then you come back. You see what I'm saying? If you feel uncomfortable about it. But let those kids be in peace and let the teachers, the coaches do their job. You see what I'm saying? To make them feel okay and their kids feel okay with it. Y'all parents stop the people business. Y'all trying to pick somebody's business. What you need to be trying to do is take care of your kids at home that ain't doing the right thing at school, playing with the cell phones. I hope they do take cell phones out of the classrooms. Y'all don't need cell phones in the classroom for what? Be distracted? Because I already say so many of you kids in Texas don't even know how to read. At the age of 15 and 18, you don't even know how to read. But I know one thing you can do: put your hand in that phone and start picking and typing and stuff, right? In the classroom, you ain't paying attention, right? Yeah, take those phones out of those classrooms. I do agree with that 100%. Don't no phone need to be in the classroom. You know, one person make it bad for everybody in the classroom. One person, just take one person. Teacher said, I don't care where I am. If my spirit moves me to break out in prayer, I'm going to pray. Amen. TT, me too. I'm going to break out in prayer too, no matter what. You right. That's right. You know, you can throw your hands up anywhere, you know, and be a prayer. You can just bow your head, close your eyes anywhere. You see what I'm saying? You can pray anywhere, you know, anywhere. It don't take much to pray. You know what I'm saying? It don't take that many words to pray for God to understand what you're saying and God know what you're talking about. Because guess what? You are his child. And he understands his child. You see what I'm saying? And he ain't going to let his child do no more what God wants him to do. You see what I'm saying? Because God could put a stop in a lot of things that that child is doing that he ain't supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? But he, by reckoning with us, he let a lot of us slide with a lot of things that we are doing that he do not agree with. But he gonna get to it though. He gonna get to it one day. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. But he gonna get to it. I promise you that. Teacher said we have the Bible apps on our phones, and when that timer goes off on that app, it's time to stop whatever we're doing and read them scriptures. And devotions is everything. Amen, TT. Devotion is everything. That's man. That's right, baby. That's right. And I wish a lot of people, and see, I think I said it once before, Vacation Bible School. When I was going to Vacation Bible School, they had a whole lot of Bibles with a little bit of red and stacked up. And man, that Bible lasts you for a long time. You see what I'm saying? You'd be a grown person still finding a little bit of red Bible that you had in Vacation Bible School. You see what I'm saying? You really will. That's a lot of knowledge right there. That means you care. I mean, you got something out of that. Hey, Cassandra. Oh, you heard. Well, I'm glad you made it, girl. I'm glad you made it. But y'all, let me tell you something. We done took our kids out of church. They might try to take prayer out of schools, but we have also taken church out of our household and out of our kids, because a lot of us don't go to church anymore. I understand the COVID. I understand. But before COVID hit, still, a lot of us did not go to church, and we did not take our kids until Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever holiday, our other days they take kids. You see what I'm saying? We'll go then, and when we go, we're gonna be the sharpest thing up in there. But you ain't been coming. You see what I'm saying? But you gonna come and showcase what you got. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't been coming. You ain't been here. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of homes don't have church. You see what I'm saying? Me, for instance, I went to church all the time. Every Sunday, the pastor just picked me up. I be there in Sunday school. I be there to get my chocolate milk and my white donut. You see what I'm saying? I was there to get that. When we ate that, we go upstairs. Next time for the opening, we get them the old hymns. You see what I'm saying? With the first donation put in church before everybody get there. You see what I'm talking about? You feel me? Yeah, we went to church back then. Grandma made sure we went to church. You understand me? Even if our mamas didn't go to church, or our daddies didn't go to church, the kids, the grandchildren, not children, the grandchildren, they still went to church with what? Mama and Paw. They still went. Parents wouldn't even let the kids go to church with the grandma no more. Or with Paw no more. It's a lot of homes that don't even have, it's a lot of homes don't even have a Bible in it. It's a lot of homes that do not have a Bible in their home. Why? Why do a lot of homes don't? I mean, everywhere I go, I have a Bible. I got more than one Bible in my home. But it's a lot of homes that do not carry Bibles. Or do not carry their belief or their books and their beliefs in their homes. It's crazy. Teacher said, "Facts per, we have no choice but not to go." That's right, TT. That's right. But kids now, they don't want to go to church. All right. But when you get home, they ain't with the church. They ain't wash their tail. They ain't clean no room up. They ain't took no trash out. They ain't did nothing but what? Stay there on their phone or on their PlayStation, whatever game, Xbox, whatever game, while you was tripping, you worship, but they're at home doing what? Nothing. The things they could have did that night and been prepared that morning to take their butt to church. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you, I'm so sick of that peanut, that butter candy, that butterscotch candy. I can't stand that candy. That red cinnamon candy, that hard red cinnamon candy. Oh, Lord, have mercy. And that peppermint. Oh, my goodness. Now, those are the 3 candies that your grandma had in her purse, you hear me, with her handkerchiefs. Am I lying? Those are the 3 main hard candies that your grandmama had in her purse with napkin or a handkerchief. You hear me? And you're going to sit down and you're going to get that service. You might get a butterscotch, a peppermint. Grandma, can I have a butterscotch? Sit down. If you sit down here. Sit down somewhere. Turn around. Here, take this butterscotch. Here, take this candy here. What? I'm so sick of that candy, baby. I hate that candy. I don't like that candy at all. Oh, no. Let me tell you, that candy right there, I do not purchase that candy, baby. No. We got Miss TT on the line. Hey, Miss TT.
Hey, Perp, you
What's
might hear
going
them.
on?
I'm good. I'm messing with this massager,
Girl, I know it feels good, don't it?
It does, especially when you got pneumonia. You've been trying to shake this pain all in my back and neck.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say something about what you were talking about, church and, taking our kids to church and everything. So when my mom became affiliated with the church I grew up in, I was really young. I think she joined that church when I was 2. And so I don't remember much from those earlier days, but I do know that I stayed until 18. And I told you how I felt about organized religion and how I had to really take a spiritual walk to figure out if I should stay in the church. But during those times, the church had changed a lot. Somebody else took over. Our presiding pastor passed away, and they were trying to, because the way our church is organized, it's a central body, and then there's branches all over the United States. Even we got churches in Africa. as far as Africa. So when I decided to leave, I was like, you know, because they still was stuck in the Old Testament, Perk. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you brought grape juice to the church, they was like, oh, you know, that's the ultimate sin. Like, what? When he died on that cross and died for our sins, all that old stuff, all old beliefs and stuff, that stuff went away.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you still got a lot of churches that affiliated with those old belief systems, and it makes it difficult because it's like you gotta, you know, we in a new age of technology and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sure is.
So it's almost like them asking you go without electricity in your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And then you've talked, and I told you how I felt about mega churches, and
right.
Some of it is just absolutely ridiculous, and you know it's a scam, and you know it's a fraud, and you can't get caught up in that type of stuff. It's worldly still. You see?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to know. Yeah, you got to get in the word, and you got to know what is accepted, what is not acceptable, and why the Holy Spirit still resides on this earth. We should be following that message. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. We should. We should.
But yes, I absolutely do believe that spirituality within our kids, it starts at home. When we need to be teaching them in the home, and because they're not going to get it in school unless, of course, you're spending the money to send them to a private Christian school or whatnot.
Right.
You know, you have to do your due diligence to raise them up in the word.
Well, you know, it's like a lot of African Americans, we've lost our way. We've lost our way. You know what I mean by that is we forgot to believe looked at how we were raised up and how we was raised up so well, you know, and that's how we should be raising our kids. You know what I'm saying? But you know, some of our kids are raising us, and some of them just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like when my grandmother was raising us, when we were with my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? I take those same beliefs that I got from my grandmother and my mama, and I use them toward my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't harm me. It didn't abuse me. You know what I'm saying? I was raised just fine. So of course I want to take what my grandma and my mama taught me and what I saw how they raised me. So I want to raise my kids the same way. But now parents don't do that no more. They don't take and go back to how they was raised up, or you know, how they was taught to, and how they talk to their parents, and yes ma'am and no ma'am. And you know, kids don't say yes ma'am and no ma'am no more. They just say yeah, no, or what you say, I heard you. You know what I'm saying? You know, kids do that now. But back then, kids didn't do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, mannerism.
Yeah.
Respect. Yeah, all of that's gone out the window. That's why, you know, it's so much that you can't shield them from, because the world is going to take a part in raising them anyway, regardless of what we do. You know, lay hands on your children, bless your homes, pray over your homes. You know what I'm saying? Do those things. My mama taught me, have scriptures up around your house. You do not know how powerful that is. To have spirit, you know, actual, where you can go in a room and sit in a private, you know, in the privacy of your own home in a room, and have that private time with God. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always a big screen in there, or you know what I'm saying? Everything is all about material stuff.
Right.
You got the biggest big screens, the biggest stereo systems in their house. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know what solitude is.
Yeah. You're right, TT. We don't forget. You know, a lot of people don't forget. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've seen, like, I got a niece that's 12. I think she's 12, going 13. And you know, and they don't get whoopings, or she talk crazy. I mean, I was on TikTok. I'm like, you don't whoop her. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just let her go, just like, you know, just go reckless like that. Yeah, I'm like, I don't see how y'all do it. And I'll tell you, she gonna be running y'all when she get 15, 16 years old. She gonna be telling y'all what to do. She gonna be leaving when she get ready to leave. It's gonna be awful. It's gonna be terrible. Because they're
Yeah,
not raising her. She telling them.
they've learned to talk back real early now, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But I just wanted to say that, give my opinion on as far as churches. I know a lot of people are divided in opinion, and that's okay. I don't
Yeah.
knock anybody for what their belief systems are. I just know that it's you got to find a balance, and it's a very sensitive issue when it comes to, you got one family member that want to reside in church over here, another one go to,
Mhm.
y'all all in one house but don't know how to fellowship and worship together.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's too much pride, and you know what I'm saying? It's too much
Yeah.
of all of that in the way of getting back to where we need to be.
Right.
So that
Right.
really starts with self, and that's just what it needs to be, for real. That
Yeah.
we got to learn how to figure out ways to save ourselves. We got to stop looking for the world to save us or the next person to save us. We got to learn how to save ourselves.
Right. Right. And a lot
Yeah,
of people, a lot of us don't know how to do it because we want to save ourselves. I mean, we always want a handout, and those who always want a handout are the ones who gonna be one that we left lost in the sauce. Because they
exactly.
didn't do it themselves. You see what I'm saying? They didn't do their own homework, as Mo3 say. You see what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
they don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be just left out there. But the
Left
ones who
behind.
did, they gonna about their business. But you gonna be the only one left behind.
Yep,
You know?
absolutely. Said the key word, gonna be left behind. And we got to, this new generation got to stop being so daggone lazy.
Woo, girl, yes, ma'am,
For
yes,
real.
yes,
Because
yes.
Saturday mornings, we had to get our butt up and clean.
Sure did.
Before we went
Sure did.
outside, played a video game, turned the TV on, that house had to be clean. Top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Bleach and pine saw is all she wanted to smell throughout the house.
That's right. That's
So
right.
yeah, and I'm even at fault with that with my own child. I let her sleep in. I don't care what and then by the time I'm ready to get up and clean, she looking at me like, why you doing this now? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta start instilling that in them early. You can't just throw that on them. Oh, I need you to get up and clean the whole house. You got a whole 4-bedroom house. Your child ain't never picked up a rag and cleaned nothing. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
yeah, we got to do better. Period.
Yeah,
Got to do better.
we do, and teacher, we also got to I've seen a couple of women, we need to teach our young women, that you ain't got to depend on a man for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to step out there and do it by yourself. You got some men will put a woman where will let her will put in her mind and will tell her so many times, you need me, you need me, you can't do this by yourself, you need me. You see what I'm saying? You put women like as your age and a little younger than you. You see what I'm saying? Who got kids or whatever. Teach your queens that they do not have to depend on a man for nothing. You can do everything by yourself, no matter what. I could take, you can get 2 jobs, 3 jobs, but you can do it by yourself. And when the next joker come around, you know what to do. I promise you.
Your standards is too high. Your standards will be so high you can't even reach a ladder to get up there to you. You
That's
be like,
right. That's right.
hey, you got some high standards. You and we'll continue to keep them. I know a lot of strong single mothers and women who are doing it and doing it more better than they could have ever did it with a man. So salute to all those strong, powerful women that I know.
Right. Right.
Y'all something else. Y'all something else. And
I like strong women.
And I'm so proud. And I'm so proud to just know y'all for real.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna get down perp because I'm at 13%. I don't want to.
All right, I'll figure a gap anyway. Okay, then. I think it's TC. Thank you.
Salute
So
to the chat, y'all. Please hit the like. Make sure you share the live, and we appreciate all the support over here with Perp and Vino. Thank y'all.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, TT. But yeah. But teach your young women that they don't depend on no man for nothing. They can do it by themselves. That's and also young men, teach your son that he ain't got to depend on a woman to cook for him and clean for him. Let me tell you something. When a woman know you need her to cook and clean for you, she'll tell you, I ain't doing no cooking tonight. Well, you being made them mad. They ain't gonna cook for you. Teach your young kings how to go and make their own meals, how to make their own bed, how to go pay their own bills. Queens, you do the same thing for your queen, your young queens. Because don't let nobody give them an advantage, give the advantage over them to let them think that you need me. You need me for this. You need me for that. And in your mind, you get down and start feeling you can't do it. And then when you can't do it, you start, you doubting yourself. And when you start doubting yourself, you're going to just go ahead on with the doubt. I can't do it. And you're going to fall in that trap. I need him for this. I need him for that. Baby, you don't need him for nothing. Stand up on your feet. You don't need him for nothing. Kings, you don't need her to cook you a meal. Learn how to cook your own meal. You may burn a few items up every night, but trust me, learn how to cook your own doggone meal. Because when a woman thinks she needs you and she know that you need her to cook that meal for you, she can get mad and say, I ain't cooking tonight. She ain't got to cook for you. And guess what? You hungry. So learn how to cook your own meals and learn how to pay your own bills. And so that way you know where your money going to when you paying your bills. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you do. That's what you do. Queens, y'all teach them young queens how to handle themselves, how to clean themselves up, their hygienes, how to present themselves like a young woman, how to act. Because some of these young queens outside in the streets, they don't even know how to act. Don't even know how to present themselves. Just be a loud mouth and just be pitiful. It don't make no sense. Teach your kids how to act when they back in public, how to conduct themselves the proper way. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? When your child's out there doing what they're doing, they are representing you. Again, when your child is out there doing the right or wrong thing in the streets, they are representing you. And that means what you have taught them and what they have listened to and what have registered and how you have conducted things in your house. So you understand what I'm saying? That's all. Hey, that's all I'm saying. If you didn't get that, go ahead and push the replay. See what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't think you're about to get about her, y'all. I sure appreciate everybody for coming over, y'all, listening and everything. And I hope that, I said some things that you can take and use. You see what I'm saying? And put it in action. You know what I'm saying? If you've been abused, get you a safe haven. You know what I'm saying? Start looking up your resources. Writing down your numbers. Put your mind in order. You know what I'm saying? And when you start writing down numbers and you put your mind in order, you saying you're strong, you can say, I'm up out of here. Enough is enough. You understand what I'm saying? On that note, how the hell you gonna love somebody when you don't love yourself? Peace.